searching for this all my life. You're just my type. I've been looking for a boy who can treat me right. Your dark hair, because eyes so bright.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Scheananigans. It is the last episode of 2024, and we are closing it out solo with moi this week. I have swapped out my usual tea for a Smirnoff Ice today so I can just toast to a new year and also maybe help me get through some of these questions that you've all sent in. So cheers. The OG flavor has always been my favorite. Schwartz and I once bonded over Smirnoff Ice, if you ever saw that episode. But I know a lot of you guys sent in a lot of questions and we aren't doing any skips today. I will be answering them all. But since I'm drinking on the podcast, I do need to relay the following disclosure. Smirnoff Ice is a premium flavored malt beverage. The Smirnoff Company in New York, New York. Sip responsibly and do not share with people under 21, obviously. So you guys asked a lot of questions about Santa and summer and parenting and things I've been up to lately. So we're just going to hop right in, get to as many as we can. I tend to get winded on these episodes because I'm just solo talking, and I'll take a couple breaks as well. What is Santa bringing Summer Moon for Christmas? What was on Summer's Christmas list this year? So yesterday we were at Knott's Berry Farm and Santa was actually there. And right when he asked Summer what she wanted, it's so funny. She is not a shy kid, but whenever she's at like Disneyland, for example, when we were at Aulani, whenever she's around any of the characters or the princesses, all of a sudden she becomes so shy. She's a total mute. She doesn't say anything. And then the second she walks away, chatterbox, like does not stop talking. So same thing with Santa yesterday. Right when he asked her what she wanted, she's like, doesn't say a word. And he was like, don't worry, I already know. So she hasn't asked for too many things. There will be things that pop up. She's like, oh, Mom, can you get me a little piano? You know, not the very expensive, nice, large baby grand that we have in the living room because that one's just too big for her right now. So she asked for an upgrade of her little piano. The one that we got her was when she was like a year old. So she wanted a little bit of a bigger one in purple. And I'm searching the internet and I was like, well, honey, what if Santa can't find you one in purple and blue? Excuse me. And she was like, I don't want pink. I've like grown out of pink. Pink is not my favorite, purple and blue. So we found a little purple one and then a bigger purple and pink one. I just got her both. We have two houses. We can keep one in each. So there was that. And then when we were in New York, there was a kid at Starbucks playing with this. I don't even know how to describe it. I'm sure we'll post stories of it. But it was like this wand with this string thing. It looked almost like a bubble maker. She really wanted that. That was honestly the only thing she asked for up until recently. So just some little things like that. And her elf on the shelf has been bringing her little presents. So she loves anything arts and crafts. We got her some more activity books and things like that. Any Christmas toy ideas for toddlers? What have been Summer's favorite presents over the years? She really does love anything that involves learning and arts and crafts. That's why I've been doing ads on this podcast for KiwiCo. And one of the things that we've been doing since she was a baby for her is those projects, which are just so great. And they do all the stuff for you. So I would recommend that as a present. It's a subscription. And that's been great. What's your favorite part about Christmas? Honestly, watching everyone else open their presents. I feel like I get a little bit summer and shy when the attention's on me for opening presents. I feel a little awkward. I'm obviously thankful for everything I get, but I'm like, I don't need anything. Anything I need, I can get for myself. So I always feel awkward when someone buys me a present, but in the family, we all exchange presents. So my favorite part though is watching them all open up their stuff. What are your favorite holiday traditions? Any new ones with Summer? Well, the Elf on the Shelf is a new one that we will do as long as this child believes. As smart as she is, I hope she believes for many years because we are having so much fun. She sits up in bed this morning. She's like, oh my God, Mommy, we got to go see what Elfie's doing. I wonder if he's still cooking. And it's just so much fun to start our day every day with that. I'm going to be sad when Christmas is over and we don't have an elf on the shelf moment to look forward to in the morning. So I feel like that's become a new favorite tradition. And obviously I will be making my famous red and green enchiladas because it's just not Christmas without some Mexican food. What is your favorite part about being a mom? Honestly, being a mom to Summer Moon. She is the most incredible little human. I look at her every day and I'm just like, how did I get so lucky? She makes it easy. I mean, she makes it difficult at times, but she's just such an easy, lovable, smart, sweet, empathetic kid. And I just love everything about getting to be her mom. Still don't know what we're doing on the sibling front because also I'm like, and I feel like most first-time parents probably feel this way when they're thinking about another. How do you love another kid as much as you love this one? And my mom's like, you just do. And I'm like, come on, Mom, you know I'm your favorite. And I feel like Summer's always going to be my favorite. And I tell her she's my favorite human. So if we ever have another kid, like, they're not going to be my favorite. But I don't know. People say that changes. I'll keep you posted if you guys follow me on my journey and we ever have another kid. But not anytime soon. Did you do the control crying sleep training with Summer Moon? Christy Rogers wants to know. So when I went to Mexico to look at our wedding venues, Brock stayed back and he did the sleep training with Summer where it's like you check in after 2 minutes or 5 minutes, 10, 15, and you like go out longer. So when I got back after, I think I was only gone 2 or 3 days, but it definitely made a difference. I personally couldn't do it myself because hearing her cry, it was so hard for me. And even now at this age, she wakes up from a bad dream and she's calling for us and she's half asleep and she's pretty disoriented. And Brock and I try to wait it out to just have her, you know, put herself back to sleep. The other night, I'm in the hot tub and he's inside and I'm like texting him like, honey, just go help her. She's sitting up in her bed, kind of wobbling around. Just go lay her back down. She's disoriented. And he's like, she needs to learn how to do this for herself. I'm like, honey, she is 3 years old. Okay. She's not in a college dorm. Go help your daughter. I was like, or I'll get out of the hot tub and run up the stairs myself. And so he did. And she just needed to be laid back down. But it's so hard when you want to give them the tools to self-soothe and take care of themselves and figure those things out on their own. But also they're these tiny toddler humans who are just figuring out life and sometimes they need a little assistance. So that was really hard for me to do. And I know parenting isn't always easy and sometimes you have to do those hard things because it is for the greater benefit of your child. But when it comes to the hard things, I sometimes make Brock do them for me, which maybe isn't the best, but I'm like, look, we're balanced, you know? And I'm sure there are things that I do that would be hard for him too. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but we're a great team is what I'm trying to get to. You know, sometimes you need good cop, bad cop. Sometimes we both have to be bad cop, but then usually I'm good cop. Brit.2323 wants to know, if Summer gets hurt, how do you stay so calm? My anxiety gets the best of me. It's awful. Well, with my OCD, I feel like I have likely played out much worse scenarios in my head over and over. No amount of Zoloft can take away those intrusive thoughts. So just figuring out, you know, how I will handle it. So I think that helps, you know, me kind of spring into action versus freaking out when something actually does happen. Because when Summer broke her arm, I remained cool as a cucumber. I was so calm. I was just like, okay, here's a situation. We need to fix it. And I waited until I realized if she was just crying because she was scared that she fell off the couch, if something was actually hurt. And once we realized something was actually hurt, we took her to urgent care. We took her to the emergency room. We got the cast. We did all of the things. And I was okay. I was like, wow, that was one of my biggest fears, something happening to my child. And then something did, but I was actually okay. So God forbid she ever chokes or something like that. I hope the life vac is close. I hope I'm able to give the Heimlich. I hope my mom instinct just kicks in as it did, as I told you guys last week on the podcast when my Christmas tree caught on fire. I just somehow knew what to do. So praying for more moments like that. What learning style do you use with Summer? She is so smart and articulate. So she's in school, but we also do still have our nanny who is a studio teacher, and she's more of a teacher than she is a nanny at this age. She brings over, there's these books, they're called Bob, and that's helping her learn how to read, and just different flashcards and learning books and activities, easy math things, just having her, learn how to do addition and subtraction. And she really enjoys all of that. So we're very fortunate that we have a kid who loves learning and loves to focus. And she focuses on one thing for a while. So I think we're lucky in that sense. And that's where she takes after me, thankfully. All right. I do have a lot of questions and I do get winded on these. So I'm going to take a quick little break, have a drink, and I'll be right back. So as I was just talking to you guys a little bit ago about KiwiCo, I'm here to give you another offer because it is such an amazing subscription service for parents or to gift a friend, loved one, whoever. They have KiwiCo clubs, and this is the perfect gift for all curious minds because with this, kids are learning the fundamentals through hands-on activities. This helps progressively build their skills with each project they're doing. You can literally go from watching your kids learn how to build a bow and arrow to engineering their own robots to a massive bubble wand they're running out the backyard with. KiwiCo has 5 clubs to choose from with different unique topics like science, technology, engineering, art, and math. Honestly, Summer is kind of a fan of all of those topics right now. And what I love about KiwiCo is with the clubs, members get amazing perks like $10 off orders, free shipping in the US, and early access to new crates. But they do the legwork for you. So you can just spend quality time tackling projects together and there's no commitment. So you can pause or cancel at any time. Tinker, create, and innovate with awesome gifts from KiwiCo. Get up to 50% off your first crate at KiwiCo.com, promo code HONEY. That's up to 50% off your first crate at KiwiCo.com, promo code HONEY. Okay, 'tis the season, and 'tis the season to go on a winter trip. But maybe you don't want to have to pack your snowboard. Maybe you don't own a snowboard. Maybe you don't have skis and you want to try some new ones out or learn to ski for the first time. Then this is for you. It's called Ship Skis. And this is something that is so genius because I have gone on so many snow trips over the years, and having to pack the snowboard, pack all of the gear, either it takes up extra room in the car or you're having to, fly to Tahoe, check your bag, worry about something happening to it. And also there was one time where we lost Brock's snowboarding bag and had to travel back, wrap it in like the bubble wrap at the airport. It was a whole thing. It would have been much easier to just have something there waiting for us when we arrived. So with Ship Skis, you just schedule your shipment, attach your label, and Ship Skis handles the rest. They deliver your gear directly to your destination. They offer white glove shipping for ski and snowboard gear. Also, with Ship Skis, you skip airport stress, costly airline fees, all of that. They have complimentary insurance, real-time tracking, dedicated support, and on-time delivery. Right now, Ship Skis is offering our listeners 20% off your first shipment when you go to shipskis.com and use code GOODASGOLD. Go to shipskis.com and use the code GOODASGOLD to get 20% off your first shipment and save yourself the hassle this ski season. That's shipskis.com. Make sure you use the code GOODASGOLD so they know we sent you. And we're back. All right. So I saw some health questions and stuff came in. One specifically about asking me about my blood pressure medication and how long I took them for. This woman who wrote in said she's 12 weeks postpartum and still taking them. I'm honestly trying to remember, but I do feel like it was at least a few months because I got put on them right after I gave birth. I was on them for probably the majority of filming season 9. So I would say it was around that time, but I was checking my blood pressure a couple times a day. And once it was regulated, I think they lowered the dose because obviously your blood pressure medication is supposed to regulate it. And from that, I feel like we kind of weaned off it. Honestly, that time in my life was such a blur to go into filming after being off for a year and a half to filming 5 days a week and like 10 days postpartum, but only out of the hospital for 3-4 days. It was a crazy time and a big emotional blur, but I was definitely on them for at least 2 or 3 months. Will you enroll Summer in any sports? Soccer season is approaching. We have asked her if she wants to do soccer, which she seemed interested in it, but the one that her friends are in is on the weekends. And we like to go to the desert a lot on the weekends, and she has so many activities during the week already. She's in 2 dance classes at the moment. One we're going to continue, and the one we're continuing is the far one in Marina Del Rey that she's been in for a year and a half now. She loves it. She has her friends there. She loves her teacher. So we're keeping her in that one. The one that's closer to us in the Valley, they have a winter recital in January. And after that, I'm just telling her that that class is done because all of her friends want to do some different things. And she already has ballet and tap on the west side. So we've talked about jujitsu, and I think she wants to try that. I'm also going to bring up soccer again. You know, if it's on the weekends and that's something she really wants to do, then that's just a sacrifice we make as a parent. And maybe we don't spend as much time in the desert during soccer season. It's not like it's year round, like cheerleading. Oh my God, when that comes up, that is year round, but that's so much fun. So we'll see. Honestly, I follow this kid's lead because she tells me what she wants when she wants it. So if she wants to play soccer, then we're going to do that. But I haven't gotten there yet. So I'll keep you guys posted. I think that would be so adorable for her. Do you worry about Summer and Ocean watching you and Lala not be friends in old Vanderpump Rules? By the time these kids are ever watching that show and understanding it, is just going to be like such a distant memory that we probably don't even remember. And I don't know if Summer is ever going to watch Vanderpump Rules. I mean, if she wants to one day, of course, when she's of age, I would allow that. It's I can't prevent it, you know, once she's able to stream and has Peacock and has a phone and wants to watch it, you know, that's on her. But the stories will be so old by then. It'll just be something to hopefully laugh about. I wouldn't encourage her to watch it, though. I would try to maybe avoid that, at least the early seasons. Were you and Lala together on vacation, or did you guys only see each other some days? So we weren't staying together. They had already planned to be on the North Shore, and we had planned to be at Aulani. So we did plan the dates around when Lala had already booked her Airbnb because I wanted the girls to have a little bit of that time together. So once Lala had her date set, we found out, you know, there's no season 12 happening in December. I went ahead and booked our vacation, and Summer had the best time. She got the best of both worlds. Ocean came down one day and saw us. We did a luau. One of her dance class friends was also there, which was so fun to get the 3 girls together. And then the last day of our trip, we spent the entire day with Lala and Ocean and her family up on the North Shore. And then after we got back from Hawaii, we had Ojai with the girls and a bunch of their school friends. So it's been great to really just bring the families together for the holidays and vacations. And I just love seeing them together, experiencing new places and new things and building those memories together. And that's what I love so much about doing my podcast and doing YouTube, is just documenting all of these moments that can be listened and watched back to for years to come. Summer has all of these memories on our vlogs that she can maybe not fully remember going to Amsterdam one day, but she can watch it all back. So I'm really happy that I started this channel when I did, and that I've been doing this podcast for as long as I have, because we get to document so many things of our life every week. And I thank you guys for listening and watching and just following us along this journey. Alexi Lona said, "Oh, I met you at Aulani and it was seriously the highlight of my trip." Well, I loved meeting you. We met so many sweet people. And I'm telling you guys, if you ever see me out in public, unless I have like a mouthful of broccoli, just wait until I'm done chewing and I swallow. But please come up, say hi, give me a hug. You know, I love meeting all of you. I love taking photos. Even when I look like this, it's fine. I accept that, you know, I'm a mom who doesn't like to do glam and go out in public all of the time with makeup on my face. I don't care what I look like. It's a photo. It's no big deal. I mean, maybe, you know, do a little like Hollywood 4 or something, but it's your photo. So please come up, give me a hug, ask me. I always love that. Would you recommend your Hawaii location to a family with a 15-year-old? Probably not Aulani specifically. I think there are more places for someone her age. I would maybe recommend like Ka'anapali and Maui. There's so many things to do in Hawaii. Also, I mean, Waikiki, I'm sure would be fun for a teenager. But Aulani, when we were there, we met this other family in the hot tub. And she was saying that her 7-year-old already was like growing out of meeting the characters and the princesses and stuff. And I'm like, what? Summer's going to be 4 in April. I only have like a few more years of this and she's over it. So I don't know that I would recommend a Disney resort for a teenager, but Hawaii, absolutely. And the North Shore, it's so chill, but there's the cool surfer shops. There's all the cool surfers, and it's an amazing place to take a family vacation for sure. What's your favorite spot in Hawaii? We're headed there in a week. Oh, so many. We went to this place called Noi Thai in Waikiki that was incredible. Literally the best Thai food I've ever had. We also love to do a luau. The one at Paradise Cove was really fun. If you're in Maui, I would recommend, if you can afford it, we did this on, well, my first honeymoon, but took a helicopter up to the top of the road to Hana and then took the tour down. And that was incredible. You got to see so much, but it didn't take up your entire day. So I don't know what island you're going to, but ask your concierge. They know much better than I do. Where are the matching outfits you and Summer had in Hawaii from? Does Summer like NYC or Hawaii more? She likes both. She doesn't like picking a favorite thing. She just likes to say like, I like all of them. And the outfits, I tagged them on my Instagram post. Actually, it's TR_Hawaiian or Hawaii. They have so many cute matching looks. So check them out. Okay. The majority of questions coming in this week were definitely on a certain topic. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to read all of these questions. And then I did write out what I wanted to say because I want to try and just as eloquently as possible get what I want to say out without stumbling over my words. Why haven't you spoken about James and Allie and condoned his actions or helped Allie? I think they mean condemned. Have you spoken with James? Are you a part of his support system? You speak on everything VPR, so why not James? Do you not consider Allie a friend? Did you ever? Why is no one from VPR addressing James's arrest? What's the truth about James and the abuse allegations? Do you feel sympathy for Raquel now that James was arrested? How are you supporting Allie during this time? Did Allie move out of James's house? What do you think of James taking time away to focus on himself? Etc., etc., etc. So I've seen the comments from all of you asking why I haven't spoke out about this. So first off, I want to say I was respecting Allie's privacy as she requested, and I didn't want to add to any headlines because she's going through enough right now. So I wasn't going to say anything on the podcast, but I now see how that's coming off by staying silent. So I have spoken to Allie. I check in with her often. I always have. But I know it seems like if I stay silent, y'all somehow think I support his behavior, which I absolutely do not. Obviously, I was very close with Raquel for years. And while she always told me that James was never physically abusive, As we all know, abuse isn't limited to just physical, and ultimately it led to her exiting that relationship. And I had a lot of empathy for her, which is why Brock helped move her out and move her in with us at the time. You know, I wanted to do anything I could to help and give her a safe space. I do hope that James views this as a rock bottom moment and is serious about getting the help he needs and just committing to a healing plan versus just seeing this as something that's, you know, gonna like ruin the world tour or residency or whatever. I've noticed his name has been taken off of certain shows, and that is a direct consequence to his actions. And, you know, he needs to get help, and not just to prevent Allie or some other girl from being subjected to abusive behavior in the future, but to give himself a chance to live life with healthy relationships. And I know he wants those things for himself, and he needs to give himself the proper tools to deal with his trauma that doesn't involve projecting it onto others. Like I said at the beginning of this, I've just been hesitant to speak publicly on these topics because I feel like no matter what my intentions, I don't always get it right when I'm trying to navigate a very sensitive and serious subject matter. And that's why I have my cards today, because I wanted to make sure I'm saying everything I want to say without just rambling. But look, also, I want to keep the line of communication and support open to Allie. I want her to know that she is supported. I don't want to, you know, say something that then puts her in a position where it's like she has to choose between a friendship or a relationship. I just don't want there to be one less mechanism of support for her. So that's just only going to make things harder. And to not make this about me, but to just put in perspective, I know most of you watched season 9, and it was revealed that my husband had, you know, made some bad choices in his early 20s. And thankfully, he's not the same person he was, and he continues to work on himself. You know, if he was the same person, I wouldn't have married him. He's an incredible partner and father, and, you know, he's made some mistakes, but he's grown. He's learned from his past. And I thought James had too. Hopefully now he finally will. But the way I think about it, you know, like with Brock and with, you know, just people in general, it's like if we aren't capable of change, then why even bother? So to those listening, I do just want to say that if you're in a relationship that is abusive, whether that's through coercive control, psychological or emotional abuse, economic, physical, or sexual abuse, I want you to try and make an exit plan today. If you have a friend who you worry might be in one, just make sure they know that they are supported. Help educate them on what types of abuse there are. You know, there's so many different types and what that looks like. Help them access mental health services in your area, and make sure to reinforce that they are worthy of respect and love. You know, this isn't coerced or conditioned. They deserve to be treated with respect. And I'm going to add some links in this episode description for additional resources in navigating domestic abuse, because I do think it's important to speak on this. I just was hesitant because sometimes I feel like if I say something, I get shit for it. If I don't say something, I get shit for it, and it's lose-lose. But this is a serious subject, so I needed to say something, and I hope I conveyed that properly. So that was a mouthful. I'm going to take one more break, and I will be right back getting into the rest of your questions. All right, y'all. So I'm sure you saw my Instagram this past week where I have the most shiny, silky, smoothest hair ever. And that is a big thanks to Color Wow, and specifically the Money Mist. So let me tell you about Color Wow. First off, it's a female-founded, family-owned business, and they have over 100 major beauty awards. So incredible. And also, you've probably heard of their super viral frizz and humidity fighter. It's called Dream Coat. One sells literally every 5 seconds. They've done it again with my fave, the Money Mist. The way it comes out of the bottle, it's literally misting out. It's so smooth, so soft. Chris Appleton, who is the most amazing celebrity hairstylist, he's Color Wow's celeb ambassador. So, anything that he's backing is legit. Money Mist, it's light. It's this ultra luxe leave-in treatment for all hair types, especially if your hair is dry or damaged like mine. It helps strengthen, hydrate, it detangles, it gives glossy, it gives expensive looking results. I mean, Money Mist just gives. It has heat protection built in, which is very important for my hair because I'm always putting the heat on it. And Money Mist has sold out 3 times since launching this year. And that's probably also because it is Oprah's Daily's Beauty Award winner for Best Leave-In Conditioner Spray in 2024. So go to colorwowhair.com/goodasgold and enter code goodasgold for 20% off all products. And another thing I love to do to just, feel good about myself, feel my most confident is laser hair removal. I've been doing this for many, many years now. I keep it consistent because the more you go, the less it grows back. And I want to talk to you specifically about Ideal Image because they are North America's #1 medical aesthetics provider. They lead the category by delivering affordable and effective face and body treatments throughout the industry's largest network of doctors and licensed professionals. So when you're going somewhere for these type of aesthetic treatments, you want to make sure you're going somewhere that is trusted, that you have a good recommendation from. And Ideal Image has over 20 years of experience and more than 20 million FDA cleared treatments performed. They provide a personalized and premium experience. It's all grounded in transparency and it delivers real results that help empower us women through every step of our self-care journey. When my whole body is smooth, no matter what season of year it is, I just feel better about myself. Not having to shave my legs every day is a game changer. Ideal Image is giving an exclusive $100 off offer for our listeners. Get $100 off and your free consultation when you schedule at IDEAL.VIP/Scheana. That's www.ideal.vip/SCHEANA. Okay, still on James. Was footage of James hitting Kristen removed? I was busy getting married, so I don't have firsthand knowledge of that scene. I wasn't there for it, but obviously I do believe Kristen. I don't know what happened between the two of them that night other than what we saw, but of course I believe her. After season 8, was the plan to have you stay with the new cast or move to a Valley spinoff? The plan was for me to be on both, actually. Are you still close with Pandora? Yes, I still talk to her often and see her whenever I can get the kids together. They're pretty close in age, so I love that. What do you think about the rumors of a Something About Her spinoff? I mean, I hope those rumors are true. I think that would be a really fun and great opportunity for Katie and Ariana just to show other parts of themselves and their business on camera. So yeah, I hope that's a rumor that's true. How did you feel after Ali said you were most upset about the VPR shakeup? We didn't really talk about it that much. We had a few texts because she had reached out to me and said that James was taking it really hard and for me to check on him. So, I mean, I'm not distraught. I wasn't shocked at all. I think the men minus Brock, from what I've heard, took it the hardest. Definitely not the women. I think we all were kind of in a place where we're like, okay, if it continues, great. I did think there was more story to tell. We'll just be telling that somewhere else now. But I think the women were kind of ready to move on to another platform to tell our stories. So, any sad feelings that I have about not returning for season 12 are mostly not being able to work with that crew anymore. I loved the crew that we've had, and hopefully we'll be able to work together on other projects because we became like a family. So that was definitely the hardest part. And the whole thing was bittersweet. It's sad to say goodbye, but excited for the new servers and the next chapter of their lives. But I will miss seeing so many people on the crew, definitely. And, on the whole, I am excited for new opportunities ahead outside of Vanderpump Rules, but I'm also a nostalgic person and it's never easy to say goodbye. Lala and I had a good cry about it on the podcast. It's something that was such a big part of my life for so long. So whenever there's a big change like that, it's like, whoa, but also I think it was time. Honestly, it all feels right. It's still all happening. It's just happening a little differently. What comes next for your family and what are you looking forward to post VPR? I'm honestly looking forward to just having a few months off. And by off, I mean, I'm still working. I'm still vlogging. I'm podcasting. I'm working on some other projects. So I will still be busy, but it's nice to know that I don't have to film in the next few months, that I can travel and just really spend as much time with Summer at home when she's not in school. And yeah. All right. What other Bravo shows would you want to be a part of other than The Valley? I think a girls' trip would be fun. And then, just dropping in on other friends' shows, I think would be fun. Like maybe we take a trip to go see Captain Jason on Below Deck, go to the Hamptons, see my friends from Summer House, maybe go to a bar in Charleston and see my friends from Southern Charm or Southern Hospitality. I think that would be fun to just, hop around because got a lot of friends in that franchise. What Real Housewives city would you fit best in regardless of your geography? Ooh, I don't know. Honestly, maybe Orange County, because I feel like Beverly Hills is so bougie. That's definitely never going to be me. But OC, it's like they're still living in places that are the same size as mine, if not smaller. So probably there. What do you think about the few housewives trashing Andy and Bravo? They said I'm Team Andy. I'm also Team Andy. I love Andy. I think it's a few ex-housewives and look, my interactions with Andy have always been professional and supportive, and I am Team Andy, just to say that again. Do you think the Tom and Victoria drama was faked for attention? I don't know. That's an interesting theory, and who knows? Why do you still talk to Tom Sandoval? We addressed that on the podcast last week, as this person, Tessa, said, so disappointed that you FaceTimed with Sandoval on stage. Not a girl's girl. Well, go back and listen to last week because we addressed why I answered. What's your In-N-Out order? I am a cheeseburger meal with a light lemonade, lettuce and tomato only, aka no onions, no sauce. And hopefully my husband listens to this so he gets it right next time because he always puts sauce on it and I don't like it. One celebrity you're happy you're friends with. Ashley Simpson and Lance Bass. Did you keep your first engagement ring from Shay? Where is it now? I do think my mom still has it in her safe. I told her to sell it, but I don't know if she has. Let's see. Jack's Hole of the Week. We got to do that. There was this guy at Aulani who was hogging 4 chairs for what seemed to be himself, right? He had a toddler. She was in the pool, wife, and then there was a kid in the stroller. The wife comes up with the kid and the stroller and sits on the end chair. And I was like, oh, can we use this one next to us then? Because my parents were coming down. He's like, no, we're using that. We might need one for the baby. We might need one for the toddler. They never sat on these 2 chairs. The wife, they were so like snotty to me. Brock sat down for 1 second on the chair next to me and he was like, excuse me, my wife is coming back. And Brock was like, oh, sorry. I was like, no, honey, this chair is ours, not this one. And then when I asked them, they were just like, no, we might need it for the baby. We might need it for the kid. And I'm like, the baby and the toddler can't share a chair, but like, okay, whatever. Long story short, they never even used the chairs. They got up and left. I was like, so God forbid Brock put his budgie on the chair for, 1 second. But, we're at a Disney resort. Just be like, you know what? My wife might be coming back soon, but like you could sit there until she gets back. It was just, he was kind of a jack's hole. So Here we go. Lessons learned you guys sent in and some resolutions. So I want to read off some of those. Learned how to let go of the single mom guilt, carrying the guilt that I chose a shitty baby daddy. Lexi_D. Okay, good for you. I learned my health is a priority, even if I have to set boundaries with my friends. From Boom Bethstein. I quit drinking this year and I learned to have fun and go out without the help of alcohol. From K. Sarah. Don't let your husband allow your kids to play on 4 hockey teams. Ana Trujillo. I learned boundaries as a single mama. It's been a blessing. Kelly_Jane96. I learned that your person is more important than the outsider's opinions of your relationship. From Tanya Daub. My job is not that important. Spend quality time with family, friends, and vacations. From Chelsea Ingalls. Those are some really great lessons. And I'm really proud of you all for just, putting health as a priority, quitting drinking, and just still being able to have fun and learn how to go out, the single mom guilt, all of these things, boundaries. Very proud of you guys. And thank you for sending these in. New Year's resolution. I don't always do one because I don't like failing at things and I need to follow through with it. But I did tell Brock, I'm like, also, I don't want to wait and start in January because it's a new year. I'm like, why not start now? Although I have not done it yet because we've been traveling and we're still traveling. But I want to be more consistent with working out. Hawaii put that in perspective for me. I did not feel comfortable in my bikini, and I don't want to raise a daughter who sees a mom who is self-conscious. In order to do that, needs to start from within, but also physically. I want to go to the gym more. I want to just start eating better. And from what I've heard, maybe Lindsay Lohan got a facelift, maybe not, but I've heard a lot of celebrities are doing an anti-inflammatory diet and doing all of these things that's helping their health from within. So I would like to prioritize my health and fitness more next year because since becoming a mom, it has not been a priority to me. And I need to prioritize myself because if I feel good, then I'm going to be good for my family. And then you guys sent in some resolutions. Nico Plan wants to take the laundry out of the basket and put it away in 24 hours. That's a good one. Muchacha_vagabunda. And that's a fun name. Only shop thrifted clothing. Julie Mullenberg. Recenter on my goals and get back on a consistent routine. Jess X Rose, commit to skincare routine more. That's an important one. That is one that I commit to every morning and night. Nicole.Generich, put the phone down more. I need to do that more as well. Rachel Babe, to love my body after kids. As I was just saying, same. I may be small, but things are just much softer now. So I need to love myself, but I also need to help myself so I can love myself more. And the last one, T-Eg, be more open about what I struggle with and learn to embrace it. I think that is so important. And that's why I talk about, mental health and things that I go through on this podcast, on the show, and every platform I can, because I think it's so important to raise awareness and to let other people know that they're not alone. So thank you to all of those who wrote in and bravely shared your resolutions for the new year and lessons you've learned this past year. Saying things aloud or into the void of social media, it can help us be accountable and just working towards our goals. So let's raise our glasses high, or in my case, a bottle of Smirnoff Ice. This one's for you tonight. Thank you all for tuning in, supporting Scheananigans. Thank you all for tuning in and supporting Scheananigans. I hope everyone has a great holiday, and I will see you next year. Bye.
I've been searching for this all my life. You're just my